Welcome to the personal readings. First of all, I'm going to do Aries of Nathalie London. So, Nathalie London. Right, let's have a look. So you have at the moment, Nathalie, the Prince of Spring. The Prince of Spring. So you can find this in your situation, a time to connect with that energy. But the energy that you're connecting to is amazing because it's like a leap of joy for yourself. Now, when you touch on an emotional state, you can go there's a vast amount of emotions from A to Z. Now, what that means, Nathalie, is when you go deeper, there's spaces in between each letter. Each letter is important in that space. So, when you're emotionally feeling, what is the space in between? Because there's a huge energy now behind yourself in connecting the dots, so to speak. So when you're quite not confused, but in a situation and you need to connect everything together, now is the time to connect your thinking and your heart. But all your situation, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. Every little piece has to be together. But when you get the dolphin here, they spring joyfully out to see a new vision. So there is a new vision for yourself, and the new opportunity it could be arising for you. So here, communication is key for yourself. So it's almost like have a play, but with joy and acceptance of yourself. Now, there's another aspect here. It's, are you always thinking towards your future a little bit too much? Are you not being joyfully playing in the present? Because there is an aspect that you have a sense of dreaminess about you. It's almost like Piscean. So whether you are connected to a Pisces or your ascending is Pisces, but I'm just getting through a Piscean trait. So that's a good thing, being sensitive and kind, and also tending to be a little bit psychic. But there is this aspect for yourself in going towards the future. It's almost like you can connect to an emptiness. So having a look at what's between A and B, it'll make sense to you later on. What are the spaces, not the actual thing? Say, for instance, if I put that crystal there and that crystal there, you can see two crystals, can't you? But what's the space in between? Can you see that? You probably can't. Let me demonstrate that again. So there's two things. So you can see that crystal and that crystal, but what's the space in between? So it's the in-betweenness that you need to focus on, perhaps. So let's have a look at a Moonology card just to see what's going on further. I do like oracles. Right, let's have a look at the Moonology for Nathalie London. Nathalie London. Nathalie London. Okay. Your name doesn't help being London. I keep thinking of London. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Okay, so this is a full moon in Capricorn. So this is good because it just means that the new cycle is going to begin. So when you have had tough times, like we all have, it's an ability to teach yourself, because of Capricorn, to work hard on yourself. So what I would like you to take away is, what is the space in between? So where's the thoughts? It is in the space that you'll find your answer. keep repeating that over and over again, and it will have meaning eventually, if not today. So thanks for listening, Nathalie, and good luck to you and lots of love. Hi, I'm doing Libra next, and I'm doing Shanelle Duah. I hope I've pronounced your name right, Shanelle. So I'll just connect to Shanelle. Shanelle, what does Shanelle? Okay, right. Okay, Shanelle. So we have the Four of Summer here. The Four of Summer. So for Shanelle, there is a pace of either quickening, but it's best to slow down. So what that means for yourself, Shanelle, is that when you go into a wonderment in a garden full of vegetables and herbs, the opportunity that surrounds you just at the moment is vast. However, sometimes not noticing exactly the luxury around you and the opportunities around you, especially emotionally. Because if you look at it, the bee is here being very busy, and the tortoise is going very slowly because he needs to go slowly along his life to acknowledge what he has. The opportunity he may or may not know, but he does know. So for you, Shanelle, you perhaps do know what's on the cards and what's offered to you, but you just have to kind of look with the opportunity. Now, the bee here is very busy. The bee is a hard worker, and perhaps you've been extremely hard and you just need to take time alone and in a quiet space just to gather your thoughts and gather your strength and your emotions. So, like a tortoise, you can retreat, but you also can move on. I'm also picking up that maybe you are trying to not hide, but is there an avoidance of some sort? Is it yourself or somebody else that's avoiding? There is a sense of avoiding that's coming along for some reason. So let's just have a look with the Moonology cards, Shanelle, and see what else is going on. What does Shanelle need to know? Right. So we have nothing is yet set in stone. So while you're taking time out to go noticing what's around you, nothing is set in stone. So if that person is avoiding you or ignoring you, or there's an aspect that is being avoided, then nothing is set in stone, because quite frankly, nothing ever is. Well, that's not strictly true, but but for your situation here, it's not, made up. So if I were you at this moment in time, I would be silent in the silence when you need to take a step back and just observe and wait for all the information and knowledge to be able to communicate, especially when it's to do with your heart, because it almost feels like it's such a rainy day for you. So that's either a symbolism for yourself as cleansing rain, washing out all the emotions away, or a sadness that it just depends which way, when you listen to this, that you want to actually have it read. Do you want it as cleansing rain, or do you want it to release the sadness, which is the same thing. But also rain can nourish, just like the tortoise is in this garden full of food. It's about nourishment. So today I hope you can look at the nourishment and the cleansing aspect. And if you are avoiding, or if someone's avoiding you, don't be too concerned about that at the moment, because the universe is saying just wait a little bit for some other guidance. It's not set in stone. Thanks for listening, Shanelle. I'll see you soon. Hi, Marta. This is for another Libran. So this is for Martha Poe. So what does Martha Poe need to know? Okay, so for yourself, the Emperor. So with the Emperor, Martha, this is a time to really connect to your environment. What in your environment is helping you, supporting you, and what is not supporting you. Now, the mouse here has been extremely busy collecting items to make his life so much better. Now, this is an analogy for you about what have you collected in your life that's been really useful. Is it your positive outlook, or is it your positive feelings towards your goals? Because this card is saying to you today to just logically go through the motions and really persevere in starting what you can use these items. See all these items? It's giving you the opportunity to make something, not practically like, oh, go and do some gardening and pick a load of roses and put them in a vase or make a cake. No, what I'm saying is make something out of these things. So for instance, if you had your positive thought patterns going, you can put that in your desires and really push that forward. So just mixing all these items together, your knowledge and what you know, your ability, you can make something bigger. So for instance, what do these look like? Are these buttons, or maybe they're reels of ribbon? So it's in what you look and what you see. So this can be a piece of paper or a card, but it's actually a tarot card. So you know, it's like what is in front of us can be made into something else. So for today, what is in your life that you can make full use of, for you to go on your journey even further. Also, I feel that there's someone trying to offer you something as well. So that's quite good. I'm just going to read you a Moonology card. I don't know if this is for you, but there seems to be a small person around you. Now, if it's your son or a daughter or something like that, then that's okay. But if it's not, and you haven't got any children or something, it'll mean something else. It's like a tiny person is offering you something. It's almost like forgiveness, not from the child, but unless that's your inner child asking you to forgive yourself. But that's the vision I just got. Sorry about that. Right, okay, so we have a new start is coming. A new start is coming. So for Martha, it could be a little child on the way, but this is a huge new moon. And with the Emperor, it is a new start. The Emperor is a father. So what kind of aspect are you looking at in your life to actually transform from the past? So I wish you well, Martha, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. Hi Aquarius, and hi Ilham Mursal. I hope I've pronounced your name right. I do apologise if it's not, but I'm going to connect to your energy hopefully. So, Ilham Mursal, Ilham Mursal, Ilham Mursal. Okay, right, Ellen. The Empress. We have the Empress for you. So that's interesting. So there's an aspect where you really want to start. You want to start with looking at your emotions. You want to bring life to yourself. There's an aspect here where rebirth, birthing, and looking at how your mother has brought you up. There's an aspect here that is you're very lucky. I get the impression that you're very interested in luck and good fortune and things like that. So the transformation here is a very yang but yin aspect. When you're tapping into a yangness, that's okay. That part of yourself needs to be transformed in a bigger and better aspect. So taking action inside, doing the inner work for yourself on a calm aspect here will bring that new life. And there's also an aspect here of not completely being true to yourself. So there is an aspect that it is on a kind of a brink of looking at something which is deeper. Maybe that's got to do with being a mother, being the motherhood, and what that means, just tapping into that in a better aspect. But I do see you as quite lucky at the moment. So I'm just going to have a look at the Moonology cards just to see what is going on further. What does Ilham need to know? Ilham. Okay, so you've got prosperity lies ahead. So that's good for you, being lucky. Good fortune. See, I told you, don't worry about luck. So there's a huge aspect that if you're patient and pay attention to your security and not be too flighty with issues, you're nearly there. You're nearly there at what you want to achieve, your goal. So good luck with you with that. And we'll see you again soon. Take care. Hi, this is for Taurus and C.S. Lewis, not to be confused with authors. Or is it? Right, Taurus. C.S. Lewis. So let's connect with C.S. Lewis. Okay. Right, C.S. Lewis. Nine of Winter. Nine of Winter. So with the Nine of Winter here, what's going on? So you may feel a little lost and a little bit concerned, but I don't think that's particularly your character, to be honest. I think you're usually a very, very happy person. So this is an unusual trait for you, perhaps. So I think you're going through a particular transformation, and it's just a phase that you're going through. So I think someone's wobbled you, whether it's a friend or a situation. So it's like an aspect that you just don't know. It's almost like a little bit of not stubbornness, but it's, you see this seal here. Now, at any moment, that seal can get off the rock because that's his choice. But he sees a new aspect. He wants to come and have a look what's going on, but he can't because it's nighttime and there's clouds. But it is just a phase for you that you're going through. So I don't think you particularly are crying out for help because I think your personality deep down is a very happy person. So being a worried, a nine of winter aspect isn't usually yourself. So this is a bit concerning. What's going on with you? Shall we have a look at the Moonology cards, C.S. Lewis, and just have a look what further aspects? C.S. Lewis, C.S. Lewis. I think there's an aspect here that in the past, someone's made you feel a little isolated and those thoughts are coming up. You're very close to achieving your goal. So this worry is unnecessary. If you've got a goal in mind and you're concerned about it, then because this card has come up, then you're very close to achieving your goal. So I would stop worrying about certain things that are out of your control, kind of, and just remain that happy person that you normally are. Because I'm pretty sure if you asked your friends and family, if you want to, what disposition do you think I normally am? And I'm pretty sure they'll tap in and say you're very happy. So lots of love to you, and I do hope that helps. And we'll see you soon. Take care.